Or at least.
I don't have a tablet, all the tablets I have. I see that. Yes. Okay, thank you. What's that? I think they're ready. These not revised, this is new bond conditions because he's, that was from when he was first put on probation. Once he get put on probation, he's no longer on bond. When they file a motion to revoke probation, he's back on another bond. Huh?
You should ask your attorney.
What is he looking for? What's today's date or something? What's? No, that doesn't apply. I didn't read that to you because it doesn't apply. Condition number 4, that only applies in the in DWI cases. You don't have a DWI case. Well, I can't talk to your attorney. There he is, right there.
I just told him to hold on, and I was gonna talk to him, so he can hold on one more second.
Okay. Okay, so we have Mays and Pressler. Lisa Michelle Mays. This is cause number 324126. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Lisa Michelle Mays. Is that your full name? Ms. Mays, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Mays, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Mays?
I'm fine. No sick, but I'm good.
You doing all right? Okay, Ms. Mays, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. David Grove. Mr. Grove, how are you doing?
Good, good.
That's good. Ms. Mays, I have before me an information that states that, or that alleges on or about April 27th of 2019, that you did then, well, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft of service rental agreement. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Ms. Mays, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Ms. Mays, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of the same document, Ms. Mays, there are a set of initials LM on the line next to a box that's titled Nola Contendere, which means no contest. Are these your initials?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, Ms. Mays, there's a signature at the top above the line that's titled Defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes.
The next document, which is trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there is well, first of all, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is that your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
yes,
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
yes,
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
yes. I'm gonna need some glasses.
You can stand right there if you need
There's
to
gonna be
see.
more paper?
Hmm?
There's gonna be more paper?
I'm gonna show you something else. I have another document here that is titled the discovery certification. Ms. Mays, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is that your signature
yes.
on this document?
Yes.
Okay, you can stand back. Now, Ms. Mays, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Grove, go over these documents with you?
Yes,
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes,
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishments. You like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 and are you offering State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor, to either.
Okay. Ms. Mays, State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Grove, you've advised and counseled Ms. Mays. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Ms. Mays, your attorney, Mr. Grove, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
yes,
Ms. Mays, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's a 1-year deferred adjudicated probation,
Okay,
$500 fine, 40 hours community service,
okay,
restitution of $821.04 to rent a center. And then a theft class. And that's 821.04, Your Honor, to rent a center and then a theft class.
okay. Okay. Ms. Mays, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required, see if we have a affidavit. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $337, which comes to a total of $837. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County the court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. The total monthly installments that you will be required to pay for this probation is $175 per month. Ms. Mays, would you be able to pay the $175 per month? You will? Okay, Ms. Mays, you will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, attend a theft class as a condition of your probation, pay restitution in the amount of $821.04 to the Renter Center, And you will also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Mays, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Mays, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Mays, stand on the X by your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of the court clerk. Ms. Mays, if you successfully complete the probationary period, your case will be dismissed. It will not appear on your record as a conviction, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. And once you complete following the directions of the clerk, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you. All right, can I get your right hand up on that blue light, please?
This is cause number 328760. The case is style of State of Texas versus Ashley Presley. Is that your full name?
Ashley Kristen Pressler.
Ashley Kristen Presley? Ms. Presley, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Presley, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I
You
do.
may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Presley?
I'm fine.
That's good. Ms. Presley, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Don Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
It's fine, sir.
That's good. Ms. Pressler, the information in this case alleges that on or about November 6th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2A. Ms. Pressler, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes,
And to this charge, Ms. Pressler, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes,
And let me do this, Ms. Pressler. Now, Ms. Pressler, the information is, it's it 2 paragraphs? I may have the first 2 pages. Print me a copy of the, I don't know if there's a second page to it or not, but it's a 2-paragraph information. Yes. Y'all proceeding on both paragraphs? state. And it's a two paragraph, I think it's two. I see two on the first page. Yeah, you could take a look at it. Occurred on November 6th. Intention knowingly listed. Knowing that police control substance name penalty group 2A of the Texas Penal Code. And intention and non possess control substance. That one doesn't have a, it doesn't say penalty group 2A on this first paragraph. Hold on a minute.
Yes, Your Honor, we're moving forward on both.
Okay, so Miss, let me do this here. Miss Ashley Pressler, there are two paragraphs under the this information, which charges you with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2A. And the first they got the stamp right in the middle of it. Okay, the first substance is 5-fluoral-ADB. And it's in percentage, well, and it actually is a compound within the following components: indazole, core, demoxy, dimethyl, oxybutane, group A, and carboxamide link in accordance with the Texas code of, it says section 481.1031B5, and by aggregate weight, including any adulterants and dilutants in an amount of 2 ounces or less. And the second offense, the second paragraph actually is just a different controlled substance. It's MDMB-EN-PI is PINACA, Pinnacle. So it's a different controlled substance, but both of those controlled substances are listed under the penalty group 2A. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Now, do you understand what you've been charged with?
yes,
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest,
Now, you're pleading no contest freely and voluntarily,
yes,
and are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
yes,
Okay, now, Ms. Pressler, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments. Under the misdemeanor plea admonishments, let me show you this document. Do you recognize this document? Oops,
yes.
you can stand right there.
Okay,
Are these your initials on the second page of this document on the line that is titled "Nola Contendory," which means no contest?
yes,
And on the next page of this document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
yes,
And on the next document, Ms. Pressler, do you recognize this document?
yes,
And this document is titled the Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Is that your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
There are two boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, I have another document here that's titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is that your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Okay, you can stand back. Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, Ms. Preston, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
Did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, state. I have before me states exhibit number 1. You like to offer states exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Now, Mr. Boudreaux, you have any objections?
No, sir.
No objections. States exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Boudreaux, you've advised and counseled Ms. Preston. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay, Ms. Pressler, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Ms. Pressler, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is 90 days prorated over 1 year, a $750 fine. 80
Seven-
hou-
Okay, $750 fine.
Yes, sir. 80 hours community service and a drug education class.
Drug ed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You say drug education and what else?
That's it.
Let me do this here. I'm gonna just take a little reset at this moment. I think Mr. Adams has a minute. Just give me a minute. I need to look at something on this case. Okay, you just have a seat. We'll call you back up for the punishment. Okay, Miss Luciano Richard. This is the case that you have? Who is on? Okay, this is clause number 326-284, clause number 326-558. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Luciano Richard. And we have Ms. Richard present in court. Is that your full name, Luciano Richard?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Richard, how are you doing?
Fine.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Richard, you're represented by your attorney, Langston Adams. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
Doing good, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Adams, you have an announcement in Ms. Richard's case?
Yes, she's rejecting the plea offers in the case, and she said she wants a trial.
Okay, give us a trial setting. October 4th, okay. Case gonna be reset for October 4th. You can get your reset, Mr. Adams, and Ms. Richard. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You have a blessed day as well, Mr. Adams.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay. That's it?
Oh,
Okay. What is that?
Melanie asked that I talk
he
to
just
you.
said he gonna.
It's the case
What?
I had on the trial docket. It was a
Well,
trial.
let me, we'll handle that later on. I'll take a look at it, later on, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. It was the
Oh, yeah, that was one yesterday. Just, get a bill to the court coordinator. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
All right, appreciate y'all. I think, Judge, I think that's all I got.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thanks.
You come
You need me to sign?